Wyoming. Famously open land in North America, where there is a dying breed. The dirt road. Once, they roamed this vast landscape freely, dipping through creeks and scaling mountain passes. But every year there are fewer and fewer for us to explore, snuffed out by the development of the modern world, or simply forgotten in favor of smoother and more comfortable travel. Before they wither away, these wonders still have beauty to give us, and they must be enjoyed before it is too late.
This, right in front of our motorcycles, is the eastern border of Wyoming. 500 miles that way is the western border. And Zach and I have decided to try to get from here to there, riding only on dirt roads.
The reason we chose wide open Wyoming, aside from the vicious and cold headwind, is that we were told 90% of the roads in this state are made of either dirt or gravel. Figured that would help our chances. Still, that means navigating around and under major highways, across rivers and reservoirs, through fence lines, private property, who knows what all
Battling the cold.
Yeah.
And to make the whole adventure even more of a challenge, we're doing it on these dual sports of yesteryear. We have a 1975 XL350 and a 1969 DT-1. These are two of the original dual sport motorcycles, and they're bikes that have been conquering roads like this for a lot longer than Zach and I have been alive.
It's an old school dual sport showdown across the Wild West. 2-stroke versus 4-stroke, and the only rule that really matters here, aside from staying warm and staying alive, is that these tires must not touch pavement.
I'm not gonna do it.
Must not.
Can't do it. Pavement's lava.
Pavement is lava. If only the pavement were lava, it would be warm.
We can start a fire, and it'd be nice.
Yeah.
It was almost certainly the coldest, windiest morning in Wyoming history. It was also the first of many signs that Mother Nature didn't want us to succeed. But we were way too excited about our bikes to get the message.
You ready to head west, dude?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
My good friend Ari Henning here rebuilt these motorcycles over the past week or two, and I have the utmost faith that they will go the distance.
Yeah, well, it was kind of a scramble to get them ready in time, so it's not like I went through them with the fine-tooth comb. Definitely some teething problems. DT-1 refuses to use third gear. I'm not really sure why. Plus, man, this thing freaking vibrates like crazy.
You getting some tingle in your taint there?
Yeah.
I think aside from the obvious patina and the sort of like slop in some of the joints, the thing that I find interesting about this bike in particular is how tiny the tank feels. It feels like you're on this tiny little kid's bike, and then the handlebar is super, super wide. It's a very interesting and not modern feel to the cockpit for sure.
Yeah, I mean, compared to modern dual sports, they're definitely small and narrow, and the seat heights are crazy low compared to almost anything you would buy nowadays.
Yeah, that's interesting actually. Like the front of motorcycles have gotten wider because of liquid cooling and radiators and that kind of thing, and the seats have turned into friggin' 2x4s, whereas this is pretty plush, I gotta say. We'll see if I'm singing that song in a few days. Look out, cows!
Stampede! They don't like the sound of a two-stroke.
Oh, don't hit that concrete. Gotta hit the dirt.
You're right. Thank you for reminding me.
Wyoming is home to some 12,000 miles of dirt roads, crisscrossing the landscape in every direction. Luckily, we are very good at reading maps.
There are dotted lines that are pretty clearly these well-traveled dirt roads, and then there are these thin red lines that cut across open country. And it's difficult to tell in our research how well they were going to work, to be honest. But
Imagine that, they don't have Google Street View out here.
so this is the first potential shortcut that we can take on these somewhat questionable roads. What's ever gone wrong on a shortcut, am I right? Oh,
This is good, we're learning a lesson here. The road literally ends into a cornfield.
No, there's definitely no road over there either.
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't spend too much time flirting with people's cornfields.
This is when the shotguns come out?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go back to the main road and carry on.
Apparently, our $27 map was a little less than 100% accurate. But we figured as long as we stuck to the major dirt roads, everything would be fine.
Oh, good Lord.
This is an unexpected piece of pavement. This is not on our research route. We thought it was just gonna be dirt all the way across.
We talked about lots of options to potentially, you know, you build a jump over, you tunnel under, but we've come up with something that I think you'll agree is as beautiful as it is simple.
1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Yeah, the sideways.
There you go. Swing them legs. Yeah, turn them hips. Yeah. Oh my God.
Maybe building a jump isn't such a bad idea.
The DT-1 weighs about as much as a modern dirt bike and was still difficult to carry.
1, 2, 3. Oh, wow.
The XL350 weighs almost 100 pounds more. And that was before Zack loaded it up with his camping gear and various beard lotions.
Ready? Down.
Yep.
1, 2. Oh, sorry. Sorry. You right? Wow. What a ridiculous way to travel.
Okay, apparently it was a $100 map that was 27% accurate. Within the first few hours of riding, we had only covered about 75 miles and compressed half a dozen vertebrae. Carrying the bikes across a multi-lane interstate just wasn't going to work. So, we looked for a more appropriate option.
Major highway, my friend.
Look at this. They made it for sheep and cattle, but it's gonna allow our iron horses to cross under this highway.
Well, we are animals of a certain type right now.
This is pretty cool. My motorcycle sounds awesome in a tunnel. Yeah.
With the sweet nectar of road crossing success fresh on our tongues, morale was high. However, daylight was fading quickly and the weather was about to take a nasty turn.
So we've done about, 110 miles so far today, and the sun is due to set behind this storm cloud any minute. So we're basically just looking for a place to pitch our tents tonight. This is our last paved road of the day. Looks like there's a little bridge. Zach's gonna see if he can poke under it. I also suggested that perhaps we might want to sleep under it, since we have no friggin' clue where we're gonna pitch our tents tonight. Oh, dude, we can totally camp under here. Look at this.
But yeah, it's pretty pleasant.
This is a pretty good spot to camp.
When you get yourself into weird situations, sometimes really strange solutions sound like the best ones.
No. It's when you plan poorly and don't know where you're going to sleep that you have to start making desperate decisions. It's definitely colder out here than it is under there.
That is in our new home.
Yes, our new home. We will make it a home.
I think it's troll camping night, buddy.
Our route for day 2 took us to the edge of Wyoming's third largest city, Laramie, where we desperately hoped things would start to warm up.
Practicing some age-old techniques for combating hypothermia.
Asphalt!
After our map led us to yet another non-existent trail, we were stuck riding the shoulder of the paved road out of the canyon toward Laramie, which went about as well as you would expect.
This steep shoulder business is real tricky. We are committed.
Look at this ravine, dude. Holy crap.
Yikes. Okay, well at least we got a little shoulder.
Ha, 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 ha.
You're putting your foot on the asphalt.
Yeah, foot's touching asphalt, but that's legal.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, I'm sliding. I'm all crossed up. This is
So sketchy.
ah! 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 Might want to drop down, dude.
Ah. Ah.
Yikes.
Ah. Ah. Ah.
Oh.
Yep.
Ah! Ah! Oh, that hurt.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just caught a rock to the knee.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Well, I'm not cold anymore.
That was exciting. Wow. So, road's up there, ravines down here. Looks like the valley opens up a little bit, so hopefully this is the toughest stuff we have to contend with.
Riding down the ravine was slow and awkward, but the 40 miles from our campsite to the outskirts of Laramie turned out to be the only progress we made that day.
Well, today did not go particularly well. Zach and I spent a lot of time riding along paved roads or coming to no trespassing signs or fence lines. Basically, navigation was super frustrating and not very successful. And now we're essentially stuck.
The plan now is to tuck tail, essentially, and stash these bikes somewhere dusty or dirty or not paved, and walk across this major highway to a hotel.
Tomorrow, lots of distance covered.
Oh my God, we're gonna crush it tomorrow.
A night in a warm bed boosted our spirits, and after riding way out of our way, we were clear of city limits and feeling optimistic.
We have navigated our way around the big obstacle to get out of Laramie, we believe, and now we are on a road called Happy Jack.
We think we have it all plotted out, but there's still some major obstacles, including Interstate 80, including another major highway, a couple places where we know for a fact we're going to have to carry the bikes again, which we're definitely getting tired of. And then toward the end of the day, there's a section of road where the map gets real vague, but we looked at it on satellite, and we think we're going to be able to get through on power lines. So fingers crossed for that. But for now, we've got this awesome graded road, wide open. The bikes are running well, so Zach and I are going to do a little flat tracking.
Yeah, Pepper Jack.
That was pretty good. Oh no, my poor gearbox.
Riding on shoulders and carrying our bikes over pavement was idiotic. But it was a system, and the mission was intact. Even though we knew better than to trust it at this point, the map said the open country of Wyoming and all its dirt road glory was almost in reach.
Oh my God, there's a dead animal down there.
Oh, holding my breath. Oh, 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 oh. All right. We have been having tremendous luck today on account of our excellent planning and also a lot of luck. And it looks as though our luck has run out because this is a fortified and locked gate. Basically, this means backtracking a lot.
It seemed like our adventure was always taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. After yet another detour, we still had to wrangle the bikes across cattle grates and ride along more road shoulders. It was a slow, silly way to travel, even by our standards.
Oh my God. We're going against traffic, which, you know, is good because we have line of sight, but our other option is to carry a bike across the road, which is something we are definitely tired of doing.
Wow, look at this. Albany, population 31.
Yikes.
Well, we were just complaining about how we didn't know what we were going to do, and then we came around a corner and literally there's a place that says bar, restaurant, lodging, and there's a gas pump. I don't know what we did to deserve this, but
Well, our other option is to push on into the wintry dusk of Wyoming. And based on the fact that what we thought was a very open route was blocked by private roads, it's entirely possible that it may happen again ahead of us. And frankly, I don't think it's smart to risk it by pushing on. So,
yeah, the sun's going to go down in an hour and a half, and that's at least 4 hours of riding.
and I'm not sure it can actually get colder, but it probably will. So I'm going to order a cheeseburger and 3 beers, and then go to sleep in a bed.
Unfortunately, beers in bed would have to wait. Our ancient bikes were taking a beating and needed attention. And we needed to reassess our route if we had any hope of making it to western Wyoming before spring.
The DT-1 is leaking oil from everywhere. Like, the fork is leaking, the Kickstarter shaft seal is leaking, the tachometer drive is leaking. Oh, fox, hello. Wow, that is a beautiful animal. The dipstick is broken. It's supposed to extend a little bit more, but I'm not actually sure how much more. So I have a piece of cardboard. I'm just gonna dip in there, and in my headlamp I can see glitter, which stands to reason because third gear jumps out a lot, so it's just grinding metal.
but it'll probably make it. I'm just gonna dump a bunch of oil in there and call it good.
When he wasn't getting distracted by his fox friend, Ari also checked on my bike. Meanwhile, I bravely worked inside, where things were going great.
These dotted red lines, every which one of them, is allegedly a dirt road that we can allegedly traverse. But as we found so far, that's not always true. And every time we get to an intersection and it doesn't work, we have to come up with an alternate option, and sometimes there is no alternate option. You know, because people take paved roads places. The odds are low that we achieve this. So far we've spent 3 days going, let's see, 1, 2, 3 pages across Wyoming. So we need to go approximately twice as far as we've gone in only a little bit more time than we have. The next morning was the coldest of the trip. We needed to go faster than ever, and the going was bound to be slow.
I was just telling Ari that my fingers are cold right now, inside this little lodge room, with my thermal gloves on. It's not gonna be good.
Might be the last time we're warm for 8, 10, 12 hours.
I have 222 miles on my trip meter. The goal is to add 130 to that. Woohoo! All right.
After wind on day 1 and gates on day 2, it was only fitting that day 3 began with snow. Not exactly ideal conditions for 50-year-old bikes and with the clock ticking.
I'm coming.
I think I've been fudging around, as the kids say, and I just found out.
It looks like you've spilled a Slurpee on your face, like just encrusted.
Yeah, my face is pretty warm. I think it's acting as a shield.
It's blocking wind. You okay?
Okay, seriously this time.
Are you okay?
Yep. Well, what do you know? Fell down in the snow again. Shifter broke off on a rock. I think I can make deal. I'm not really shifting that much anyway. But basically every time we dropped the bike, Zach broke a brake lever, I broke a throttle perch, I've now broken a shift lever. Like, they're pretty innocuous crashes in terms of injuring ourselves, but we keep chipping away at the functionality of the motorcycles in a way that makes the remaining 250 miles of riding kind of a problem. Well, the good news is now that my shifter's broken, I can't break it anymore.
Don't say that. Don't tempt the gods.
Beautiful. Damn.
After slogging and sliding our way over 2 mountain passes, our bikes were still mostly intact. And having survived the snow and ice, we were ready for a well-deserved break.
if this road goes through like it shows on the map, and if we don't get bogged down in mud, we'll have completed our longest day yet, and we'll be back on schedule. Almost back on schedule. Ah, come on. This is ridiculous. Holy this is really bad. I'm stuck. Your tires are basically picking up a carpet of mud.
Yep. It's bad.
We're putting these bikes through hell, man. So that is our chase truck, a Jeep Gladiator that's been mobbing behind us, but this road is so muddy that they have decided that it's not smart for them to continue. However, Zach and I aren't that intelligent. After you, sir.
Go, go, Gadget XL350. Oh, that's a huge puddle. Holy Moses.
Icy, too. This isn't so bad.
All right, all right, all right.
All right.
You rolling? Ha.
For a 50-year-old motorcycle, I am very impressed with what it has carried me through.
What was considered a dirt bike from Yamaha or Honda before these bikes came out was basically just a street bike with like a high pipe on it.
And knobby tires. As far as the DT-1 is concerned, it was the first of the really capable off-road bikes, because previous to that, if you wanted to go off-road, you had to buy something weird from Europe, like a Husqvarna or a Montesa or a Boltaco, like something exotic and expensive. And it launched basically an off-road revolution because it was accessible and reliable. And people could go out and do dumb like this.
How do we know it's off-road capable, you ask? Well, look at it go.
I mean, we're basically making an ad for Yamaha 50 years ago.
Honda, on the other hand, were not big on two-strokes. And so while it might not have been as light or as competitive in a true performance off-road sense, Honda went this route and made a, for the time anyway, a pretty high performance single-cylinder four-stroke engine.
Are we going the right way?
I don't know.
Oh, classic shortcut. Ugh. Hi guys. Look at our bikes. As old as they are, they worked wonderfully. We did get through. It was a struggle. Now, hopefully, smooth rolling right into town to a hot meal and another hotel bed.
It didn't take long after the conversation about a hot meal and a hotel bed for things to completely unravel. First, the DT's mud-caked engine overheated and soft-seized. And then, the XL350 just stopped, dead in its tracks.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy.
You can see that the chain is ridden up on the sprocket on something.
Jumped a tooth.
And jammed between the sprocket and the case. We are 6 or 8 miles from town, from our destination. It's getting dark, and I don't think I have to tell you that it's cold. So we need to try and figure this out soon, otherwise we're going to be jammed. Good summary?
Yeah, good summary.
Okay.
It turns out jammed was putting it lightly.
The thunder?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
We used every method we could think of to free the chain, including the crankcase splitter that we thought for sure would get used on the two-stroke DT-1. But the XL's chain didn't budge.
That thunder is turned into a snowstorm, and we're getting wet, and the tools are getting wet, and we can't see what we're doing, and we don't know how to fix it. And we're covered in mud, and we're tired. We're gonna put the bike on the side of the road and come back in the morning and hope it's still here. Are we gonna put your bike next to it, or are you gonna ride?
I was gonna ride.
We have to come back anyway.
Yeah, we have to come back anyway. Okay. I don't want the XL to feel alone, you know? So much for that hugely successful day we were having.
6 miles from town. Disaster.
For better or worse, the bikes were still there the next morning. But despite how things appeared, these were lucky motorcycles. Not only were their riders very good looking, they also had a plan.
Zach and I put a lot of thought into solving this problem. It's a pretty straightforward problem. The chain is jammed around the countershaft sprocket. And given the environment, we're just going to try and turn the rear wheel backwards to free it, since it rotated forwards to jam.
Which, to be clear, we already tried last night, just not as sophisticated a solution.
Now we have ratchet straps, and we may sacrifice some spokes.
So if you're watching this and you're thinking that's the best idea they had, yes. Frozen fingers are crossed here.
Metal sprocket, metal chain, metal engine case, very much jammed together, and that roller of the chain is ridden up on one of the teeth, so it's pushed out considerably. You ready? Ready? We may be screwed.
We couldn't fix it, at least not on the side of the trail. Putting the bikes in the back of a truck felt like failure, but we weren't entirely ready to give up. We hauled the bikes to the hotel parking lot and tried to get things turned around with a hot bath.
Our only hope for freeing the chain was to remove the stator cover, which was a tricky operation what with the mud and debris. There was also a distinct possibility that the chain had cracked the crankcase, or at the very least the cover. Either scenario might end the trip.
Here it comes. What is it? What is it? Where's the little splinter?
Look, that's rock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like all sorts of rock jammed in there. Everything is still intact. Just messy and muddy, but you know, that's been the name of the game for the past couple days. Woo! Wow, I never thought we were gonna leave this place. I thought we were gonna be trapped here forever.
You thought we were just gonna settle down, start a life
I
here?
don't know, it just everything was seeming really dismal last night. Now look at us. Now look at us.
Now look at us.
Within reach.
We may have succeeded in getting back on the road, but Mother Nature wasn't finished with us.
Oh my gosh, there's so much mud.
Holy smokes, this is miserable. Ah! Jesus. Ah! Ah!
My bike just stalled. And the wheels are just caked in mud. My front wheel's not even turning. I don't know what to do. Like his front wheel is stuck in the fender, and we stop and we clean it and we go another 15 feet and then it just does it again.
Yeah, it's completely insane.
I don't want to accept failure, but this might be it.
It felt like everything in the universe wanted me and my bike to quit. Luckily, Zack didn't. With some encouragement from my friend, I stripped a couple of parts off the DT, and we kept trying.
I feel obligated to try to help you persevere all the many times you have helped me persevere.
The mud was torturous on man and machine. The DT kept overheating and soft seizing, but with some snow on the cylinder and a few minutes to rest, it always started again. The longer we pushed on, the more we realized the bikes were tougher than we were.
Well, I don't know where we are or what we're doing. Guys, we're going to tuck tail. We're going to get a hotel. We may leave the bikes here. We may put them back in the truck. We're going to continue on dirt, but not tonight.
It's not too late to get like a degree, like go to business school or something, right? And get,
Find
like, a
just
different
another
job.
line of work. Yeah, that's a good idea. Start banging nails, man.
Before setting off the next morning, Ari gave the DT a once-over and made a crucial discovery.
Bike has seized 3 times now, and we may have finally figured out why, or at least something that's been contributing to it. This is the oil pump, and as you can see, the cable has jumped the pulley and is completely inoperable. So the fact that it was still running, even with this sort of handicap, is absolutely remarkable. I'm gonna fix it now.
It's cold today, but it's not muddy. It's not snowing. The bikes are running well. All things considered, go great. And what is this? A very large body of water.
For this, we're going to need the cavalry. Well, that there, everybody, is the Flaming Gorge. And it's full of water, which is an obstacle for us. We don't need to explain that, probably.
And at this point, I feel like I could probably just, if I had a long enough snorkel and the DT had a long enough snorkel, we could just motor across this thing, because this motorcycle does not want to die. But we do have a plan for getting across the water. We did actually think about this, and we're getting some professional help, people.
So all the other marinas up and down this reservoir here put the boats away for the winter. Who knows why? Oh, yeah, because it's freaking cold. So we ended up calling the Sweetwater County Sheriff's Department. We said, hey, can you give us a lift across this body of water, Sheriff? And amazingly, they said, sure.
Yeah, they're going to use it as a training opportunity, which is great. There is still the one issue of getting the motorcycles from the shore onto a boat.
Yeah, we don't know much about boats on this show. We need like a dock or, I don't know, there's not much around here.
Yeah. Might have to build the jump.
Thanks for helping us out.
Harry.
Nice to meet you, Derek.
Hey, Brian. Nice to meet you.
Sergeant Powell. Zach.
All right. DT-1 on a police boat. Pretty cool. One down, one to go, and it does weigh 100 pounds more.
The trip had been nothing but setbacks and struggle. Finally, something worked the way we hoped it would, thanks entirely to the Sweetwater County Sheriff's Department.
Ready? Land ho!
The ride wasn't over, but our spirits were buoyed and the road ahead looked promising.
Ride across Flaming Gorge, taking off in the distance. Zach and I have successfully made it to the western side of the water, but now we are on our own.
That's right, camera crews on the boat. They gotta drive all the way around like suckers in a car. We've got a couple hours of daylight and we are gonna motor west and hope they catch up to us, but for now, try to make miles.
Ready to be done doing that.
This is so that the camera crew knows where to find us. We're marking the road. It's for science and communication. It's not because roadies are fun. Don't worry.
The sun is moving very rapidly towards the horizon. Dropping fast. Yeah, but it's good, man. The more progress we make today, the less distance we got to cover tomorrow, and that's our last day. We've gone, what, 478 miles as of right now. Yeah. Wow. We literally just pulled over because the day was getting away from us, and we were hopeful that our camera crew would come to our rescue. Oh, and they almost drove by. Stop. Please, you've got our food.
You have most of the food.
What's up, Golden Boys?
Gladiator boys, good to see you.
We just pulled over.
Impeccable.
There was no wind or snow, and for the first time on the trip, we actually enjoyed making a fire and sitting under the stars. Plus, the end was near.
The miles have been made up one way or another, and now we have a final push across Wyoming. Finally, a final push to the western border. 90-something miles, right?
90-something miles. As we know, Wyoming likes to throw a lot of curveballs at us, but so far so good. Looks like it might be another calm, moderately warm, by moderately warm we mean 30-degree day, and dry roads. So navigation, always a challenge out here where there's no service and we're using a paper map. But yeah, the bikes are still running strong. We're feeling as good as we can feel after all this.
Hopefully no more major issues in our final day of riding with these two bikes.
They've certainly earned it. We can't afford it in terms of time, and we can't afford it in terms of emotional turmoil. After days of bad luck, bad weather, and bad ideas, our last day riding across Wyoming was damn near blissful. Open country, beautiful weather, and livestock and wildlife around every corner. It had been the most difficult trip we had ever endured, and neither of us could wait until it was finally over.
This, to our right, is the final paved road that we have to get across, and we really do not want to carry it, and we think there might be a culvert River Creek thing.
Nice, look at this.
Oh, we can definitely fit.
Yeah? Send it, dude.
Okay. All right. Oh, it's sandy. It's sloppy.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh no. I trenched out.
Oh, I'm trenching too. I think this is frozen mud.
Yeah, I did too. Oh, sorry.
It's all right, I'll turn away. I've already got cow poop on my face.
It's not even trying to fire. Whew, what idiots we are.
Yep. I hope it starts. Come on, XL. Come on.
What's the deal?
We've only got like 10 or 15 miles to go.
I know. Oh, okay. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God.
Oh, no,
This is
no.
just-
No, I'm having flashbacks, dude.
Oh my God. All right, I'm going for it.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep. 1, 2,
1,
3.
2, 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Ready?
1, 2,
2, 3.
Woo.
1,
1,
2,
2, 3.
My turn. Really?
Let's
You're
not do this.
You're gonna do this now, buddy?
Hold up, you lost me.
One more push. 1,
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Oh.
Go, 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 go! All right.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy, buddy.
Wow, look at that landscape, man. I would like to say Wyoming has been good to us, but I think what Wyoming did was Wyoming tested us.
Beyond our limits at times.
Yeah, I think we both reached a breaking point, but I'm proud of the fact that we kept pushing on. Is this it right here?
I think that there might be Utah, my friend. This is it. Pavement.
I don't know, I haven't seen this stuff in a while. I'm a little suspicious of it.
I'm gonna park right here.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow, it's so smooth. Think what heroes we're gonna feel like riding on pavement after all of that slippery crap we've been dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sun is warm.
I know how that feels.
It wasn't exactly a clean trip across Wyoming. We did ride on mostly dirt, most of the way. But we also put our bikes in the back of a truck. We scampered along miles of road shoulders. And we used some unquestionably dumb methods to get across pavement.
As usual, the machines were the real heroes. Whether it was the DT-1 repeatedly coming back from the dead, or the XL350 almost never missing a beat, these bikes are every bit as capable and impressive as they were 50 years ago.
Maybe one day the dirt roads of our world will go extinct. But for now, they are still out there, waiting for you, your iron horses,
And the next great adventure.
Let's go home, dude.
Boy, howdy.